Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we're going to talk gravel racing. Let's get into it. So, the first two gravel races of the year are 2/3 of all the gravel races I'm going to do. So the first one is Dirty South Roubaix 100K down in Alto Pass, and the second is Assault on Williams Hill from Eddyville, Kentucky. And the last will be the Dirty Cobb in Johnson City. So all three of these gravel races all are part of the SoIL Grand Prix, and they're pretty much the reason why I do just that. So let's just get started with the Dirty South Roubaix. So if you don't know, the Dirty South Roubaix is a 100-kilometer gravel race, Roubaix race, mixed surface race in Alto Pass, Illinois. If you haven't had a chance to come out and race it, make sure it's on your list. It's a great race. It's got just enough climbing to keep the climbing boys happy. It's got just enough flat to keep the flat boys happy, and just enough technical to keep the mountain bikers at least not upset that it's not a mountain bike race. So 2026's edition scared off a lot of people. It was downpouring the whole night before, downpouring the whole day of, and there was a lot of questions of whether or not the race was actually even going to happen, or if we're going to need to modify the course some ways, which we ended up doing. Going up Silica Hill, we didn't go all the way to the top. We turned off early, which is fine, doesn't really matter. But it's important to know that it was terrible conditions outside. Now, I already had a leg up on a lot of people. I love racing in the bad weather. So if it's rainy, if it's muddy, if it's gross, that's when I do my best work. I'm not saying that I'm a good bike racer by any stretch of the imagination, but whenever you close the gap and you start making things a little bit more technical, so like a little bit more technical than the super fast road guys can handle, and a little faster than the mountain bikers can handle, then you end up in this position where like somebody like me does really well. And I was like, this year is my year. I had a great ride. It took off from the start. It was awesome. I was like near the front, chasing some things, like just not really chasing, mostly just trying to stay in the pack without using too much energy, and trying to get other people to like close gaps as much as I could. Went up LaRue Pine Hills, and just kind of the gap just grew, and next thing I know, there's people way off the front, people way off the back, and essentially about 8 of us came together on the road after LaRue Pine Hills. We dropped down on the levee, and we chased real hard through the levee, and it was like me and one other guy working real hard to make sure the levee we get through. And then shortly after, we hit Silica Hill climb, and guys, bad news. I blew my load at the bottom of Silica Hill. Could not pedal. Did my best, just all over the place, dying a million deaths to get over it. I ended up having to walk part of it. It was not really a great year for the Dirty South for me, because then after that, I just struggled to maintain the power. I was getting caught by people left and right. Morale was going down. I dropped a bottle full of nutrition. But when one of the BPR guys, Kevin Bohanna, came by me, I said, I got to stick to that will. And he came by during Trail of Tears, the Trail of Tears section, where I was pulling a rock out of my shoe. And he would have caught me either way, I think, because I was by myself and he had a group of people. And we dropped off LaRue. I chased him back. We had a good ride. And somehow, some way, the wheels just came off like 5 miles from the end. Within 5 miles from the end, guys, I lost like 5 minutes. Like a minute a mile. And, you know, a lot of people were congratulating me on having a great race, but I really felt like I didn't do myself justice in that race. Not because I got beat by Kevin, not because I got beat by a lot of people that I don't feel like I should have, but just like how poorly I fueled for it. Because literally, for the last like 5 miles until some guy drug me to the final climb and I passed him on that, just emptying the tank. Before that, I was rolling around at like 100 watts trying to keep the pedals going. So although I had a good time, although I finished in the top 25, the result could have been a lot better had I not really massively screwed up fueling for the entire day. You live, you learn, you move on, you take that knowledge into the next race, which was Assault on Williams Hill, and I was raring to go. I just got back from 2 days out of town, no warm-up in the legs really, no openers the day before, not really a lot of miles a day going into it. So I was what a lot would call fresh, I would call woefully underprepared, but at the same point in time, that doesn't matter. If you show up and you have a good race and you nail your nutrition, you're spot on. So we go out to Assault on Williams Hill, which Daryl and I drove the week before, and we said, you know what? This race is going to be my race. It's not super hilly. It's all front half loaded, so I can really just like burn some matches early to get some gaps on some people and kind of do something. And then I really got there and I started counting the number of people that I thought could beat me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I said, you know what? There's no point in going for like a top 3 finish here. Like there's no shot. Those are earmarked for other people. But maybe like a top 5 was possible. So there was Barry, Dustin Burkeen, and Zach Wilkins, and those were probably going to be the top 3, which is fine. So I know where I stand, and lo and behold, I didn't know Bike World Performance Racing had me targeted for one of their riders to beat me. So what I decided to do was instead of racing for me, just to be the most annoying human being on the planet, which was put myself in as many breakaways as possible, stack as many breakaways as possible, and ensure that I was always in a position to be in the right spot at the right time, which works until you forget to do that one time, guys. Forget to do that. I had my nutrition right, and I simply forgot to be where I needed to be when I needed to be. This goes back to my road racing videos, the last video I put out. I forgot to be in the right spot during the sprint. I forgot to be in the right spot right before a climb. Next thing I know, they're 5 seconds up the road. There's a whole group of really strong guys 5 seconds up the road that I could probably sit on, be fine. But I was too busy jawing and forgot to be up there. Doof. Womp womp. So that's frustrating. So then I kind of ride to the top, drop off the other side, do the other hill, drop off the other side, and drop a chain. Going on a descent, pedaling on a descent. Stupid me, I stop. Well, not stupid me, smart me, I stop, put my chain back on, and chase back on. Managed to make my way back up to Austin, get a flat. Drop some air in it, keep riding, flat again. It's going flat at least. So this guy gives me his little air inflator from Colombia, from Cape Girardeau. Thank you. I forgot your name. I'm so sorry. But thank you for doing that. Limp to put air back in it, chase back again, and then ended up getting the front tire ended up going flat for a third time. And with it going flat a third time, I lost every bit of will to keep pedaling. I was talking about dying on Dirty South a second ago, 100 watts. I was doing 75, 80 watts and was just miserable. Didn't want to do it. I called my buddy Hank, who had finished the ride already because he left a little early. Hey, can you come get me? And people are passing me. And he's like, yeah, I can come get you. I was like, well, no, let me finish. So I ended up skipping a section of the course and just riding back. got a DNF, so that puts me in a really bad position for the SoIL Grand Prix. I have to do well in the drop bar races because in the flat bar races, everybody else is faster than me. They're faster than me downhill. Some of them are faster than me uphill, but we're all pretty good in single track flowy sections, but they're faster than me going downhill. So I DNF'd 0 points for Assault on Williams Hill. That puts a lot of pressure on Lake Glendale next weekend, Ride to the Sky the weekend after, Catalyst in a few months, and Dirty Cop. Half of those which are mountain bike races, half of those which are gravel races, or gravel or road races. So I'm going to have to be smart and position myself if I want to continue to do well in the SoIL Grand Prix. I haven't quite decided whether or not I'm still going to work for me and put myself in the best position to win, or if I'm willing to sacrifice my season for somebody else, which I think I probably will, because I think Barry's pretty high up there. So I'd like to, if he's going to do well at the next few mountain bike races, which he will, because he always does, if I can work for him in the road races and gravel races, maybe we could do something. So we'll see. No promises, BPR boys. I can't promise that I'm not going to work for myself, but we will see. So that's the update so far on the SoIL Grand Prix and how it's going for me. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you around next time. Peace.